Hello everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we just kind of hang out and I play Minecraft and you just have a good time and listen to one of these crazy Reddit stories. Today we're going to be reading this post. I can put the link in the description in case you want to go and look at it for your own terms. No problem at all. I hope everyone's having a really nice day today. So for months I was confused why I kept finding long hair. So the title of this Reddit post is, For months I was confused why I kept finding long hairs in my house. Then I saw my neighbor coming out of my house. I'm a man in my 20s that lives alone on the very top floor of an apartment block. I've had short hair for the last 10 years of my life. The longest hair on my head is maybe an inch long, if that even. However, across my house, I kept finding long hairs on the floor, like long brunette hairs, at least 5 to 6 inches, sometimes longer, and they would just be everywhere. Bathroom, floor, in the shower, in my cupboard, and in my kitchen, and old clothes, living room, and sofas, and just so many more places. I've been single since November, and I clean often enough to know that I am certain it is not my ex-girlfriend's hair. Plus, the color doesn't match anyways. She had solid black hair. These are more like a light brunette. Plus, finding them in the places like the shower, where running water is hit on all sides 5 times of the week. Anyways, I waved it off as, well, I work with a lot of people, and I use the gym, and I bust sometimes, so naturally, hairs are going to stick to my clothes. Well, one day this past April, I finished my early AM gym session, and I had got a call that I did not have to go to work that day, so naturally, I start to walk home, all happy that I have the day to myself. And I'm on the 5th floor, the upper top floor of the building, and the apartment is in such a way that there's only one apartment per floor. I start to hustle upstairs and I do not use the elevator since I'm sweaty from the gym anyways. Just as I whip a right to go up to the last set of stairs from the 4th floor to the 5th, I see my neighbor on the 3rd floor's daughter coming down the stairs. We lock eye contact. We've never spoken before, mostly because we've never had a reason to, but just also out of respect. I didn't want to make her uncomfortable, since she's 19 to 21-ish and I'm slightly older. The most interaction that we've had is that I've spoken to her mother and father before when bumping into each other. I gave a confused hello? And at this point, I'm thinking that maybe she went to knock on my door to ask for something. Cup of sugar, maybe? I don't know. I was expecting her to reply with something like, "Oh, hi, do you have any XYZ?" Nope. She gave a silent, "Hey," and brushed right past me. And only when the smell of my own shampoo hit me did I notice her hair was wet, like fresh out of the shower a minute ago. Now, I'm not saying she showered in my house, or that I have a stalker that's been living in my house while I've been at work. She very easily could have just been there to ask for something, and most generic brand shampoos smell the same. But don't the pieces fit all too well? Her hair color matches the hair I would find around my apartment, and like I said before, they were everywhere. In my bed, in my sock drawers, and if this is a case of me having a stalker, how did she know I come home early enough to bolt out of the shower in time? Our apartment does not have cameras. It's an older building from before 2000s. And why would she be stalking me? For how long has she been doing this? We never dated, never had a proper conversation. I maybe saw her 20 times in the past 2 years, given that I work and she presumably studies or works too. As all these thoughts are buzzing through my head, I'm standing outside my door for a solid 2 minutes, grappling with the fact of what just had happened. I go to turn the key to my door and it opens without me having to unlock it. And I know for a fact I always double check at my door. It's the type with the lock near waist level and second more secure lock with a different key around the shoulder level. I drop my bag, throw off my shoes, and run to the shower. And yep, it's wet. I had not showered since yesterday morning. I'm a confrontational person. Not that I go looking for fights, but I'll definitely pursue an answer if something is bugging me. So back down the stairs to the third floor, I went and I knocked on that door to my apparent stalker and her family. She opens the door, but with the chain still on, I see half of her face from behind the door. Yes? Can I help? Were you at my door? Or inside? I don't want to make this a police thing, but, you came down the stairs and I know you were inside. I just had to get something. It won't happen again. Okay, bye. See you. And the door closes. This happened last month, and I've been cleaning up my room every weekend, closely now, and got the locks changed and put a motion sensor camera above my door. It only films and triggers on the top steps coming to my door, so the fourth apartment will still have their privacy. So far, so good. I don't think she's been inside since then, but looking back, I think she had been living in my apartment since January, because that's the earliest memory of finding hairs. She never took anything of value, like my laptop or the few watches I have. Seemingly, she just showered and ate some of the food and laid in my bed. I do now also always take the elevator, and I avoid the third floor like the plague. Here's an edit. I'm not really worried about my safety because 1, I'm 200 pounds, I do a lot of fight training, and 2, the new camera has never gone off since installed, other than myself triggering it when I'm home. Finally, 3, I told the old retired husband and wife on the 4th floor that I suspected a robber was trying to break into my apartment last month. I didn't want to start spreading rumors and gossip, and asked them to keep an ear out while I'm at work. I feel fine and safe. Just creeped out. Like, my personal space has been violated. So this one is, how the hell is she getting in? You need to inform her parents and the landlord and explain you will call the police if you even suspect she's back in there. Locks changed, hidden cameras inside, obvious one on the outside of your door. WT. Life work games. Why do I get the feeling that this girl just may have a very tragic backstory? Either that or she's just intruding for funsies, but I doubt that. She's an introvert for sure. I know her parents somewhat because they're quite the chatty type. I'm pretty sure her dad's a bus driver, and the mom's maybe a teacher. They're seemingly a very normal, happy, and healthy family. Here's a comment by C+902 that's pretty effing creepy. The tamest answer I can think of is that she had a thing for you, and instead of doing the normal person thing and talking to you, flirting experimentally, and maybe even asking you out if you did not do it at first, she opted for the very weird thing and started sneaking into your apartment when you weren't there. The OP replied, the one person I told this story to in real life is a female friend I've had since we were kids. She threw out a similar theory, especially when I said I noticed my food would go missing and it wasn't me eating and forgetting. She suggested that maybe she was quote-unquote role-playing or something at my house. I mean, definitely creepy. But yeah, I think a text or a letter asking me for coffee may have been the most, all capitos he put this, legal approach if she had a thing for me. He didn't say he wasn't interested, so I mean, if she just would have maybe gone about it a different way, if she was, into him, all he would have wanted is like a letter, and, so maybe he would have gave it a chance if it wasn't so freaking weird to begin with. That's my input, but that's all. So I hope all of you have a nice day, and I appreciate taking time out of your lovely, lovely days to listen to these stories with me. Bye.